What should we call the bosses? I don't know, Darkman 1, Darkman 2, Darkman 3 and Darkman 4. Excellent, you're fucking hired. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games. So sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 5. Again, continuing the trend of not using the charged buster, but rather trying to go the educational way with this game, because it's kinda messed up. Also, the castles, they are the worst in the entire hexology of Mega Man games on the NES. The castles just look like cartoonified. I don't know what's wrong with them. Protomass Castle isn't as bad as the Wily Castle though. Well, that scrolled off the screen, that was difficult. Oh. If you don't have the charged buster, have fun. With these tigers you really have to mash. And if you try to mash, of course, you know what happens then, you'll get caught in the iframes. So let's see if we have a weapon that would actually be beneficial. It kinda works, but you still need 3 hits. Crystal Eye should kill them in 1 hit, no doubt. Nope, that's not a thing. Then, peanuts. Well. 1, 2, that's okay, but you still have to get very close. So even then the charged buster wins. Super Arrow I don't have high hopes for. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. The Power Stone though. Three hits. Gravity Hold. 3 hits. Charge Kick. This is never gonna work. Nope. So this will probably conclude the fact that the weapons are garbage. Although we do have a shield that actually shields from bullets. Nope. So let's not use any weapon. We have to use the charged buster for this portion. Well, we don't have to, but if we wanna actually get anywhere in the game, normally, of course, this could be done no miss as well. But why should you? That guy's a bit higher up though. You can't really reach it with the charged buster unless you know beforehand that there is gonna be one of those. So you could do this, then jump there. And that'll scroll off the screen, just like pretty much every enemy in the game just scrolls off. They didn't think about enemies going left and right continuously actually being in danger of scrolling out. Interestingly, you can actually kill enemies from above as well, even though the charge didn't even hit it. I don't think it did. We can freeze frame that and check. Do a little jump there. It's a fine room. The positions are okay in the game, as we've seen. And here, demonstrate the Super Arrow. The positioning is just fine, but the enemies themselves are bad. The enemies themselves weren't well thought out. They are just, they don't work well for a Mega Man game. They're just kinda there, like I explained previously. This game could be good, the level designs are good, the stages are good, I find. But where they missed the mark was pretty much the enemies and how they work and how they react with you. So that's why it's kinda ass, to be honest. The game's really not good. Oh, the lag. And then we scroll that back too easily there. Should have moved this enemy's spawn location a bit more to the left. Another panic room there. I think that's fine though. They don't do that much damage. In fact, nothing in this game does that much damage unless you're talking about the tigers. But Or, well, mini-bosses like this, of course. And way too easy to scroll this one back. It just keeps coming back, because this is the area, it's even colored differently, like, hey dumbass, this is the area where you wanna be. But when you are there, it's just gonna scroll back. So, what a nice spot. So you have to get to its face to avoid being, to avoid scrolling it back. That's a bad position there. And how the Charge Buster dings away from it. Yoku section. What is the point having a Yoku block section when you're already through the Robot Master stages? You already have all of the tools you need. Like Rush Jet, why would you not use it here? Why would you not use the Super Arrow? Boink, then boink, and you're through it. Okay. Why would you not use the Super Arrow or the Rush Jet? I don't understand. Why not just skip this whole thing? Why would you even practice? I don't have to even evaluate it. There's no point in these screens. They don't need to exist. You don't have to do these puzzles. So I just don't understand. If you're making a fan game, do the Yoku block sections in the actual Robot Master stages. That way you have a chance to actually get Rush Jet before that stage, or you can just learn it, like it was supposed to be done. If you have the Yoku blocks on your Wily stages, or the Broderman stages here, then it doesn't make any difference. They don't have to be there. You can just skip them. These guys never come back, and they don't even do anything. They just circle around you like every fucking enemy in the game. That's a good analogy. So then, we have 4 Darkman robots. They're all kinda the same, but they're all kinda different. And they are all dumb as fuck. I wonder what we should do for our Cossack stages this time in Mega Man 5. Let's have Proto Man be part of the plot. Okay, that sounds cool. So, what should we call the bosses? I don't know, Darkman 1, Darkman 2, Darkman 3 and Darkman 4. Excellent, you're fucking hired. Listen. This game doesn't need to exist. It does not need to exist. It is a lousy game all around. When you hit this guy more, he'll become faster. They're just too repetitious. You know what to expect when you kill the first one. When you see the second one, you're like, okay, it's just gonna be the same. And here's where it becomes kinda irritating that when you get hit, you lose your charge. Ain't that fucking dumb? That's a way to nerf the Charge Buster, of course, but that's still, I still don't like it. You should not lose your charge when you get hit. Even if that is a nerf, you know they fucked up. Do not make you lose your charge when you get hit. It's extremely infuriating. You're already losing time when you're charging. No need to make it more difficult. I understand the Charge Buster is the main problem of this game. And that doesn't help. Nice, we have a selection of... Well, wasn't that cool? There's gotta be something here, right? Nice position for the enemy as well. Oh, there's something up there. Better go check it out. There's nothing here. Oh, fuck! Okay, let me explain. We already have the mystery tank, so that's why it's not here. Normally it would appear here, I don't know why they would take it out. You should still have the M-tank there, even if you have one. Just not count it if you wanna limit it to one. That's extremely strange to the player when there's just an empty opening and an empty secret. You should still have that item visible. Even if it doesn't count, just don't make the noise when you pick it up. That's a clue. Again, fine work on the stage here, a bit bland. But I think the enemies work well together here. But these are pretty much This enemy here is pretty much my favorite in the game, and that's saying something. There's not a lot of enemy types in the game, and it's all just too easy. It's way too easy until you come down here and you get crapped in the mouth. Single-handedly the worst section of the entire game, unless you equip the Star Crash. That'll save your ass. If you don't have the Star Crash, consider yourself fucked. And which is about to happen here. But I think we have just enough. No, we don't. That's fine though, they die in one hit. The first section there is just the harder section. I do like this. I think it's a good challenge. Makes you think. Not a lot of people realize that you should probably equip the Star Crash there, because the whole game you don't need weapons. So why would you ever even think about using anything? But there, that's the only section in the game where Star Crash is actually useful. These sections are a bit on the bad side, but you can slide under the gems. So it's not like the Joe in Mega Man 2, and luckily you don't hit your head here, which is good. So that section is okay in my opinion, because you can slide under. It's probably not as clear that you can, but that you can. And again, I'm charging here, because why not, right? I said not to charge, but here I am charging. It just happens, like, the game just makes you wanna charge, so it's imprinted in my head. Apologies for that. I'll try to better myself from now on. Not even gonna go for the one-up. They are useless. That section on the left there makes me wanna think there's something there. In fact, there is not. Again, this game has a bit of the same problem as Mega Pony. These stages don't really have a team. They just have random enemies in random places, and it lacks personality in my opinion, the game here. And this section again, way too tight, way too cramped, hard to react to fast enough. But yeah, exactly the same problem as Mega Pony. This room is just horrible. These Proto-Mass stages don't really have a team. You just need to charge before you even come to this screen. Even then, it's a bit on the difficult side. For the wrong reasons, of course. These tigers, extremely relentless. And that's why I charged, just like here. If you don't, you're in for a bad time. You could gyro attack slowly, but who's got the time for that? Another one of these bosses here. Slightly different. And you might ask what this does. Well, Felon named this boss Walkman. Can you guess why? Can you guess why that name? Simple reason. All he does is walk around. He does nothing. He never does anything else. He walks around. Literally Walkman. Get it? What a fun pun. And it's awkward to jump over him because of the fucking weird horizontal lasers. That is, if you don't use the weakness. Why would we use the weakness? The Charge Buster is perfectly fine. Don't need to use it. Oh, it actually dinged. That's a useful boss, right? That was rough.
But you almost died.
This is the literal form of garbage, this game. Again, the graphics are nice, and here's where I want to talk about these. If you miss a couple of times, good luck getting out of their attacks. They become extremely relentless, and I kinda like them for their danger. But again, if you just mess up a couple of times, now you're in for a bad time. They will not give up. You have to kill them. And they're actually a challenge, cause the Charge Buster doesn't actually one-hit kill them. We now have two enemies in the game, pretty much, that don't die to the Charge Buster. This guy and the little cannon things. Well, I'm charging again, cause why not? But if we don't, we get to see how relentless these guys are. Trying to climb ladders at times, very difficult. I do like their design, they're a bit too fast though, I would slow them down a notch. Useless room, this one. Such as here, I think it's okay, but again, the bats never reach you. Like, imagine having the Charge Buster there instead. you'd be over it very fast. Nothing is too hazardous here, you know where those things are gonna go, and I don't think... do they even reach the spikes? Can you even die there? Let's see. No, you can't even die. Unless you position yourself like this. But why would you position yourself like that? So you can't even die here. What about the second one? Well, it's kinda different. It overlaps the spikes a little bit. Because the lower one doesn't? No, it does. It overlaps a bit. So that's how they made this section possibly kill you, but it's still not... like, it's not a perfect job. Why wouldn't you track those platforms all over the spikes? Why barely over them? I guess it's like, holy shit, how did I make that? For those kind of moments. But it's still not even a challenge. This jump is ridiculous sometimes if you don't kill that. But just being fast enough, and I'm charging again, because why not, right? I know I promised I will not charge, but why not? Why not charge? It's so hard to let go of that mentality when the whole game just comes apart. There's, like... this is probably one of the harder stages in the game. A lot of new people have problems with this, but it's so hard to even grasp the... or understand why it's hard. Because you have the charged buster. I mean, some of the jumps probably are what kills people. Probably some of the jumps are the reason why people die on this stage. But other than that... and these flying cloud things, if you just stay still, they don't even hit you. You just stay still. Again, having the same problem. Just random enemies on random rooms, nothing makes sense. Welcome to Make a Fucking Pony. Such a flashback. Here though, I like this innovation. First time in the game we have innovation. This is the first time, believe it or not. And jumps like this, they just suck. But it's for the E-tank, so I kinda understand that decision there. You can even rush this a bit. I think if you damage boost some of these here, like that, you don't even have to wait for the worm. Of course, the right side here is open, so could close that up. I think the worm thing is kind of fun. Hey, I made a mistake. So when you let go of the ladder too soon, this room becomes a bit on the bad side, but then again it's kinda your own fault. But I don't think there's enough space to battle that guy. Man, these things take too much damage. It's like the big guy from Mega Man 1. Luckily this game doesn't have that many parts where you'd actually die just because the game wanted you to, so that's good. So here's where I would actually use the gyro attack, because why not? It kills those enemies pretty fast. So there's at least one thing in the game where they actually made damage tables for it. And that's that enemy. It's interesting. They probably fucking ran out of time or something on this one. I don't know why they had to change something that wasn't broken. Surely the Charge Buster from Mega Man 4 wasn't broken. It was the perfect addition to the genre. This game just fucked all over it. Alright, another Dark Man. I mean, why not? Basically, if you get hit, you'll get frozen. One of the harder bosses in the game for sure. But there's a trick to it though. Using the weakness. It is a bit more manageable. I can show you how to do that, but again, you probably won't die if you use the Charge Buster. And you have so many E-tanks at this point as well, so really, not even a threat. But let's check the pattern that I would do here. So this is what you do. He never moves. Except the weakness wasn't Crystal Eye. That's interesting. It was the gyro attack. I don't use the weapons in this game very much, as you can see. There's a simple reason. Why would I use weapons? Well, I messed up thing, but that's okay. Ah! Darkman 3 is kinda has the same problem than Brightman, where if you actually get hit by the things and you freeze yourself, you're probably guaranteed to get hit. Unless the RNG plays in your favor, which usually it doesn't. So I used the weapon so little that I couldn't even remember the weakness of that boss, which is hilarious. Having played this game a whole lot in my life and still not using any of the weapons. So here, interesting and unique gimmick. You have to take out these blocks in the correct order or you'll squash yourself. There's really nothing to it. You just take them out, who cares? Just gotta be careful not to take out too much at the same time. Shortest stage in existence, a filler stage, really doesn't make any sense. Why would you have a stage this short? And we got a bit of a story. Thinking this is the real Proto Man here, which isn't. I think this is the only appearance of an ill tank in the entire Mega Man series, if I'm not mistaken. Certainly the hardest Darkman of the bunch, and rightfully so, it's the last one. Does a tons of damage as well. You just have to be careful with it. Beat is the weakness of this guy, so if you don't have it, prepare for anal fisting. He's a bit of on the hard side. But let's showcase Beat, we got it after all. Beat is kind of weird to use, you really have to be patient with it. He usually attacks, I think, when you're still. Oh, there he goes. I wonder what happened if he got him there. And why do you have to do this again? Why not have the checkpoint at the boss? What's the reason to do this again? Don't know. Can we somehow... I think you can somehow glitch this. No! Oh god damn it, it doesn't let me through. No, it still doesn't. Interesting. Can't break the game. Luckily we don't have to watch the animation again. That would suck. But Beat, pretty much when you shoot, doesn't deal that much damage because your lemons just do 1, so you're better off not shooting. He's kind of tricky to use because you have to be patient, you have to stand still for a moment, I think. You can still go around like this, but Beat is not gonna attack as often for some reason. So he's a bit of a bitch. They didn't perfect his movement. God damn it. Let's see how well I can do with just the Buster. And I'm charging, of course, here. Give me an easy pattern so far. Why is he not shooting? There we go. Oh, he did it again. God, it's hard to react to him when he can pick either one of those moves. So you'll actually never know which one it is gonna be. And it lags so much when you're charging at the same time. Not a great job. Luckily, it is one of the more challenging robot man. Luckily, it's one of the more challenging bots in the game, so... Shit. It's the lag what causes it to be difficult. If you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. I'll catch you on the next one, where we will actually beat the game, cause I've had enough of this. You've done well, Mega Boy. I never That castle is the ugliest motherfucker I've ever seen. Why does it look like that when every other Mega Man game has such a good looking Wily castle? What the hell happened here?